Hey everybody, I'm Mama Baird. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you what I received from my local food bank. I go to the one in Missoula, Montana. This one lets you come once a week. It has these different cards that give you limits that you can get based on your family size. Now, the food bank is open to anyone and everyone in the community. They do ask basic information like how big your household is, how much money it makes. And they just like to know what programs are getting utilized and how many people are coming through. It doesn't matter how much you put down. If you need food, you are welcomed at the food bank. There's different people there, from seniors to college students to working families to single parents. So if you need food, please consider going to your local food bank. That's what they are there for. Times are hard. Food is getting expensive. Go get you some help. I snapped a couple of pictures from my food bank just to kind of show you what mine's like. So let's get in there and let's see what it's about. It starts off with an Empower place where the kids can go and play while you shop, and they also have free clothing for the kids. My daughter's favorite part is that they have 2 fresh plum trees planted in the front of the food bank that they donate as well when they come in. So this is it. Let's get in here and let's check it out. So there's a form that you fill out that I was talking about, and then here's the cards that I was telling you. This is a household of 5, and these are all the limits that we can get. I usually don't get much of the dry goods though. I kind of just go there for the fresh produce. Speaking of, here is a shot of the produce that I'm talking about. So we get a whole bag full as a household of 5. So this is the choice that we had. And then they have 2 freezers. This one you can usually get 1 to 2 items. Because it's 4 or more, you could get 2. And then they have a sweet section as well as like a dry storage section that's separated with beans and vegetables. Then they have another freezer that this is kind of like the miscellaneous meats. They have a bread section there, always lots and lots of bread. This is a close-up of the dry goods. They always have cereal, rice, and pasta available. Any extra stuff would be over here, and they always let you know what you can take. And then there's people there as well who offer you more. Up front, they have several things that are extra as well. People donate either from their farm or they're from the grocery store. Look at all of these squashes that was available this day. It was amazing. So thanks to the food bank, I was able to load my car with groceries that I got to take home and feed to my family. So thankful. So let's get home and let's see what I got. So that is what my food bank here in Missoula, Montana is all about. Let me know what yours is like, where you're at, what your food bank is like. Let me know in the comments down below. If you're new to the channel, my name is Carolina. Please give me a like, hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, press the notification bell. It'll let you know every time I post a new video. And if you don't mind, please leave me a comment. Even a heart really makes a difference and it goes a long way. Thank you so much, guys. All right, so let's get in here and let me show you what I got. It was a lot of bread this week, which I am always okay with. I love it because this bread's expensive, you know, like $4 usually for a thing of bagels. So this saves me $8 just by utilizing it from the food bank. So this is jalapeno bagels from our local Winco. And then cinnamon raisin. I'm waiting for the pumpkin spice. Usually the pumpkin spice stuff starts coming a little later, like once the first round of pumpkin stuff expires, then it'll get donated to the food bank. And they got pumpkin spice English muffins and bagels and French toast. Oh, it's so good. Well, bread, pumpkin spice bread, you know, to make French toast. And brioche like this is what I usually make my French toast out of. So I was happy to grab that. And they also had some croissants. These are nice, big, fluffy croissants. These are good ones to make sandwiches. I either like to make like bacon, egg, and cheese, sausage, egg, and cheese, or chicken salad sandwiches go really well on croissants. Or sliced turkey and cheese. Okay, croissants are just great. You can use them for all kinds of stuff. And then I got some sausage roll bread, unlimited burger, and hot dogs. So I got 2 things of hot dog buns, which, considering this is unlimited and like Best By October 6th, and this is good for weeks after the Best By date with how many preservatives are in this bread, you know. So I got 2 things of hot dog and 1 big thing of hamburger, because I'm going to be making hot dogs and hamburgers one night for dinner this week. And then they had a section for that you can get individual stuff. So I got 3 things of oatmeal raisin cookies, and then 3 things of apple mango fruit punch. Obviously, this is applesauce is obviously for the kids, and strawberry cheesecake. I got 3 kids, so 3 strawberry cheesecake yogurts. So Thursdays are actually their days that they like to bring their lunch to school. They do get free reduced lunch, which that means that they pay 30 cents for breakfast and 40 cents for lunch. I think that's a great deal. So ultimately it cost me around $11 to feed my 3 kids breakfast and lunch at school. So it makes a lot of sense for them to get lunch at school, but however, on Thursdays it's soup day and they don't really like soup, so I'm not going to blame them, and I let them take their lunch on Thursdays. So this will be great because tomorrow's Thursday, so it'll go in their lunch there. Yeah, well, one's going to get a crushed cookie, okay. And then I got 2 half gallons of 1% milk, and then they had this little extra area, and they had a bunch of guacamole in there. So I got this one. This one is mild, so not very spicy. I don't know if anybody else in the family will eat this besides me, but I really love guacamole on top of scrambled eggs. I need to make that again. You know, it's a good, avocado's a good fat, you know, we enjoy that kind of fat, so excited about that guacamole. And then they had unlimited of this super sweet corn. It's getting kind of, you can see it's kind of ready to get used up, so 2 of those. You can either roast them, boil them, stick them in a stew. You see what I did? No, okay. Anyway, we'll find a way to use those up. And then I got a thing of Chinese food. This is from the food rescue program. This is where someone from the food bank will go around to restaurants that will donate unused food. Like this is from our local Chinese buffet. They will donate things of food if it doesn't get served. So this is kind of what it looks like. It's pretty good. And it's frozen, and then you just pop it in the microwave. The restaurant gets a tax break for donating, and then, you know, hungry, get some Chinese food. So that's really nice. It's a good system that helps stop food waste. Food waste in America is atrocious. So that's another benefit of going to the food bank, is it helps control food waste. And then we got this lemon coffee cake. Let's see. Yep. Fruit topped coffee cake. This was originally $6. Look at that. Oh, that looks good. We're a lemon family. We love lemons. I love it when they have lots of fruits and veggies. So everybody was allowed a cantaloupe because they had quite a bit of them. And this one was the best looking one. So we're going to get that cut up pretty soon, right away kind of thing. They had 3 peppers here. They're like red peppers. They kind of look like, what are these? Not Romano. Habanero? No. What are these? Poblano. These kind of look like poblano peppers, but these 2 are red. And this is getting red. So it could just be they're ripe, ready to go. And then I got some Roma tomatoes. A nice big bag of limes. They had lots of limes there today. 2, I think these are called buttercup squashes. They had a whole thing of squashes. Everybody got 2. So, and I've tried these last year and they're really good, super sweet. So I picked these ones up. Plus they're kind of festive, and winter squashes can last a long time, just like in a cold space through winter. Kind of why they're called winter squashes. You know, they last all through winter. And then I got 1 beautiful onion, 2 carrots. Look, this guy's got little legs. Hello. 1 beautiful cucumber, and then a wad of green onions. Oh, they smell good. All right, so this is the first round that I got, but I also got some great protein. So let me put this up and I'll bring it back and I'll show you what meat I got.
A few moments later.
And I'm back. Holy chicken. I got so much chicken this time. Guess what? Chicken butt. Okay, it's a chicken thigh. But look, chicken thighs, California garlic melody seasoning. That looks so good. I love chicken thighs too. They make really good meat for frying, like if you make orange chicken or something like that. Like, they're super tender. And so this was $8.49 a pound, 2.5 pounds. This was originally $21.44. Yes, buy one get one free. So if you were to get another one of that, you know, it'd be technically 50% cheaper than that, but still, that's a lot. 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of chicken though. I am very happy to get that though. Love chicken. And then in one freezer they had boneless, skinless chicken breasts, 4 pounds each, And then they had a 3-pound bag of sliced apples, kind of like apple pie filling, those kind of thick wedge apples. And you could pick 2 things. So you could pick 2 chickens, 2 apples, or 1 of each. I got 2 chickens. I don't know about you guys, but I would pick a second 4-pound bag of chicken over a bag of sliced apples any day, right? So this is awesome. I got 8 pounds of this chicken plus 2.5 of this chicken. So already up to 10.5 pounds of chicken. And then I got pre-cooked chicken strips. And this is one of the things, you know, I was talking about with food rescue, how they go to other places and pretty much rescue food from getting thrown out. Well, these are chicken tenders that the restaurant or wherever could no longer serve, so they donated them, and it has use for food donations only. So they have certain bags that they put the leftover food in that they weigh, and they get a ticket for donating, and then the food bank weighs it, and then they get credit for receiving donations as well. So I have gotten these kind before. They are so good. Super good reheated. Like, they are not too dry at all. And these work really great for making, like, wraps. Chicken wraps. I love chicken wraps. So, 7 pounds of that. So, I ended up with a total of... I'm just doing that because I'm trying to math in my head really quick. 17.5 pounds of meat. That is insane. Well, chicken, too. Specifically chicken. This was a really good day. I'm glad I was able to swing by the food bank today. I got a lot of great food. One thing that I like to do is make something that I received from the food bank and kind of teach you guys how to cook it and how to use it. I'm not going to do that tonight. I already have something else planned. We're having hot dogs. So I'm going to put this stuff away. But I am going to cook something. I'm not quite sure what yet. So that's going to be the end of this for now, but I'm going to bring you back when I kind of have an idea of what I'm going to be doing with all the food I received. If you have any ideas what I could do with any of this, shoot it down in the comments real quick. I'll be right back. For our first meal, we are going to be making a delicious bowl of sweet and sour chicken with rice and broccoli. Let's get over to the stove and let's see how to make it. All right, everybody, for the rice, I have 6 cups of white rice here. I did go ahead and rinse it. And then I have 4 cups of homemade turkey broth. Cooking rice with broth makes a big difference, adds lots of flavor. So 4 cups of that. And then I'm going to add 2 cups of water. That's strong broth as it is. So when you're cooking rice in your Instant Pot, you want equal parts rice to water, which makes it pretty easy. Now, if this is white rice, which it is, we are going to pressure cook this for 3 minutes. And then once this gets up to pressure and does for the 3 minutes, we're going to let it sit for 10. And that's all it takes. And then our rice is done. So I'll bring you back when it's done. All right, guys, time's up. It's technically been 11 minutes, but I had to get my camera going. So let's press the button back here to release the pressure. Release the pressure. Next, I have some frozen chicken tenders. We're going to put these in the air fryer for probably about 5 minutes, and then that should be good. They're already cooked. We just need to heat them up. Oh yeah, look at that rice. It's beautiful. Oh, I should have salted it. Look, there's no water left down there at all. Now, I know 6 cups seems like a lot, but I'm going to be making stuff throughout the week with this, and then we are going to use this for dinner tonight. And then, I don't know, do you guys freeze rice? Use it for like casseroles and such. So that is ready to go. We got our chicken in. All right, next we are going to do some of this broccoli. Got some fresh broccoli. Broccoli is probably one of our favorite vegetables. We eat it a lot. And once you eat fresh broccoli, it's hard to go back to frozen. It's good. This is nice broccoli. I got this from Winco the other day. Nice. All right, we are going to Usually you add a little bit of water to kind of help steam it. Or if you're using frozen broccoli, you do not need to because it's already frozen. Go figure. Alright, so we're going to do that. Not too much. Add some salt. Pepper. And then we are going to put some butter in there as well. And once that butter melts, that's what's going to help cook it. We're going to cover this with saran wrap. Make sure it's nice and tight. And then we are going to microwave this for 4 minutes. All right, everybody, it is ready to go. So we have our rice here, which I forgot to season. So I'm just going to throw a little bit of salt on top there. Our broccoli. Looking nice and bright and beautiful. I don't know about you guys, but this is my favorite way to cook fresh broccoli. It's so much easier. Tastes really good too. Alright, let's cut up our chicken tenders just to bite size, so that way we don't have to worry about, having to take 2 small bites. What do you guys? I think that looks pretty good. Alright, so 3 chicken tenders, and that's a lot of chicken, 3 tenders on there, So sometimes being able to cut stuff makes it go a long way. And then I just have some sweet and sour sauce I've had in my fridge. I need to get used up, so we're going to pour that on top. And I sliced up those green onions that I got. So we're going to put those on top. Fresh things like this just makes dishes pop, Alright, let's give it a try. Oh, that looks good. What was this? 4 ingredients? 5 if you're counting the onion. Almost better than Panda Express. Oh yeah. The family's gonna like this. Alright. I'm gonna go eat this, and then let's see what else I'm gonna be making. Hey everybody, for breakfast, we are gonna use these croissants. And then I also have some just pre-cooked frozen sausage patties we are going to use. And then some Colby Jack cheese. I'm just gonna make some sandwiches. Nothing too fancy. Croissants are very buttery, so you don't need to add any butter when toasting them. They'll get nice and toasty. Same with brioche bread. You don't gotta add any butter to that. Boom chocolate. There we go. This was $8 and it comes with 10 patties. Pretty good size. Probably use one, maybe 1.5 for each sandwich. Just the one. They don't take long to toast either, so keep an eye on them. There's 5. And that leaves us 5 here for another meal. Alright, on these sandwiches, I'm also going to put some mayonnaise. Just squirt some here on the top there. Don't gotta be perfect. Let's start cracking some eggs. I'm gonna put some bacon grease down. I pulled it out of the freezer. That'll help keep the eggs from sticking. Dab it in the oven. trick with eggs is you gotta be fast. Alright, since we're doing sandwiches, we're gonna go ahead and cook the eggs all the way. That's what most of my family likes anyway. It's pretty. Let's cheese it up. It's getting cheesy in here. Alright. Oops. On top right. First sandwich is done. That looks pretty good. A little bit extra on the ends there, but that'll be okay. And that's what's for breakfast. Oh, yummy. Alright guys, we got our 5 breakfast sandwiches. The croissants came from the food bank, eggs from our chickens, and then discount cheese and some sausage. So this is a pretty cheap breakfast for us and very filling. Wow. Good evening, everybody. For dinner tonight, we are going to be cooking up the chicken thighs that we got. So they are already boneless and skinless, so they're ready to go. I'm going to add a bit of extra seasoning. This is my house seasoning. It's garlic powder, paprika, pepper, and onion powder. So it's a good generic base mix. And then I don't have salt in this, and since this has some seasoning, but I like my stuff really seasoned. And then we are also going to be cooking 2 of these Parmesan cheese pastaronis. Gonna get those in the back going. And then we are going to peel, cut, and slice these carrots, mix it with some brown sugar, and just make some buttered brown sugar carrots. That's gonna be our dinner. I am gonna put some barbecue sauce on these. I have a little bit of this Chick-fil-A sauce left we're going to put on the kids. And then I have some rhubarb barbecue sauce that I made myself that's a little spicy. We're going to put on husband and I's. So that's the game plan. Let's get started. I'm going to plug in my grill first, cook the chicken. And then we are going to get this back burner going. We're going to add in 4 tablespoons of butter, and then we're going to add in 4 2/3 of a cup because we're doubling it. I probably got some stuff on my back burner is what's smoking. Gotta clean it. Is that 4? Yeah, it was 4. Okay. Just following the instructions on the back of the box. Alright, there's all of our liquid. We're going to let that come up to a simmer, and then we'll add our 2 boxes of Parmesan cheese. I usually get these when they're on sale for like 98 cents each. But you probably still would be cheaper if you made your own, but this is just angel hair pasta and then the seasoning. So you could probably figure out what's in the seasoning and make your own, you know. But these are nice, easy, convenient. Know they taste good, you know. Alright, so we got that going. Now let's move on to the carrots. I'm going to peel them first, and then we will slice them. Isn't this guy cute? Hello. Alright, we got these peeled. Get them cut. I'm going to cut the inside of this out though because it was hard to peel. And so this might have like a bunch of dirt in there. So I'm just going to get rid of that. I'm going to kind of do bite-sized pieces. Oh no! You see me rolling off the cutting board. That's how you know that we're nice and fresh. I don't know the words, I'm just saying. I'm singing a song that's all crazy. Alright, I'm done. There's a reason I wasn't a pop artist. Alright, these go down. Alright. Do a little switcheroo here. Put the carrots over here. Need a bigger space. Sorry, I got this. I got this. Alright, we are now going to get this started. Gonna get some butter in there. The grill's heating up nicely. Alright, let's come over to this side for a little bit. I'm gonna put some bacon grease down. I'm gonna go ahead and get our carrots in here so we can get this out of the way. That'll be fine. Alright, here's our chicken. Yeah. So you open them up, and then there's no seasoning on the inside. You see that? Called it. Should have the grill tilted the other way. Alright. So we'll put that seasoned side down. You can tell that's where they took the bone out. I have a video, I believe I made, been a minute, where I showed you how to debone your own chicken thigh. I'll see if I can find that, and I'll post it down below. There we go. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and season this a little more. I'm also going to give the carrots a little bit of salt. And then you're going to go ahead, woo, this is foaming, about that just in time. Focus on you first. Alright, put the seasonings in there. This. And get our pasta in there. As that heats up, it'll get all in there, and then you just want to make sure you keep stirring this for a little bit before you put the lid on it, so that way it doesn't all stick. I'm just going to kind of look at that. Oh, it's looking good. Pause the cooking. Alright, brown sugar. Probably like third of a cup, maybe half cup. I don't know if I should have let the carrots cook some. I don't really cook carrots too much on the stove top. If someone out there who cooks a lot of carrots, what do? Share your ways with us. Oh, chickens. Chickens are popping. It's a popping. Right tonight. Cause it's cooking. And it's smelling oh so good. Yeah, my puppy is going crazy. Smelling the food. So I guess I'm gonna sing in there. Sorry guys, you're gonna have to deal with that. Alright, so it's pretty good. Lid back on. We're gonna turn this down to a 3. We're gonna set a 10-minute timer, and that should be done requiring our attention. What is it, carrot? You need a lid on there. Get my lids in my big pot. See if that helps. Alright, looking good, looking good. These little ones here that are kind of cut finer, or smaller, will definitely be cooking faster. I was debating about cutting these first and then cooking them, but they'll be okay. Just gotta keep opening them up, rotating them. You don't want to push down too hard because that's gonna release all the juices, you know, but yeah, make sure it's cooked. And these two right here. Kind of how I'm telling is just by like pressing. You don't want them like this one. You can see is super. You see how you press it and it goes really down. There's no bounce back to it. Where if you press this, it's really firm and it's hard to push down. That's how you know that it's getting cooked because the meat is tightening up. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of barbecue sauce on these ones. I need a dome or so. Alright, I am going to take these off. We're going to put them in the microwave just to keep warm. We're not going to run it. So that real little scrape here. Scraping the back some now. Just trying to keep my grill clean. Keep so many burnt parts getting in there, you know. Oh, sorry. Alright, so I cut some of the fat that was kind of holding it together. The fat's holding me together, you know what I'm saying? So we got that cut so we can spread it open more and get the bottom kind of cooked some more. Oh, see, but you gotta actually open it up to see. Alright, where am I talking? I'm trying to do it here. So open that up. There we go. Alright, those are cooking. Got our carrots. Oh. Nice little sauce there. And the cinnamon. Yeah, they're still hard, so we're just gonna let these cook away. So let's try to take it down to maybe a 4. Got our pasta working. Let's give it a quick stir. Make sure it doesn't get lumpy on us. Alright, and the pasta's got 5 minutes, so we'll let this cook for 5 minutes while we babysit our chicken here. See, that's looking done. And under here, but this is not, you see that? So that's not done. So that's when we open that up, kind of get that against the grill. Same thing with this big piece right here. So they're working, they're cooking, they're working. It'd be better if I have a dome, if you cover them, because then it would steam them. That's okay. This will work too. It'll work, it'll work. Now, if you're uncertain and you want to temp it, it needs to go to 165. You want to pull the meat off of your heat source, so that way it's not, the thermometer's not getting confused by the grill. Put it all the way in. There's usually a dimple you want to at least to get it to, and it needs to be at 165. So this is reading 145, so it's not ready. So touch it. You're like, all right, that's how I know it needs, 5 more minutes by how it was 10 degrees off, So that's how you help yourself learn how to go by feel, is by temping it and then going from there. All right, so let's put barbecue sauce again on this. And that's it. One more thing out of my fridge. Yeah. Alright, that's a lot firmer. We're going to call that good. Let's get our sauce on there. If you'd like to know how to make your own rhubarb barbecue sauce, I can link that video down below. It was a lot of fun. Again, need a dome. Sometimes I get finished working in the kitchen on this. Alright, let's unplug it. That's done. We got 1 minute on our pasta. Carrots start steaming away. Looks good. Look at that. That's looks good. I don't know about you guys, but that's a good looking barbecue chicken for me. Oh, I was gonna cook the corn, but it was not good. No good. It had mold all around it, and it just smelled off, and it had the slime, so I fed it to the chickens. So that worked out that I haven't had chickens to feed it to. And not everything we're gonna get from the food bank. Not everything we're going to get from the food bank all the time will be usable sometimes. They try and give it out before it goes bad, but that doesn't always happen. Alright, let's turn off our left rear. Alright, that's done. We just got to let that sit. I'm going to take it off the heat. Sorry, pumpkin. Getting there, but they're still a little crunchy. Like the smaller ones are good, but somebody, the prep cook, did not cut these all evenly. I don't know who did that. Alright, I'm gonna try. One of the smaller ones though. This will taste kind of what the sauce is like, if it's too sweet, if it needs something. So let's give it a try. Oh, good. Oh my goodness. More salt. Because it is very sweet. That is really good. I like it a lot. Alright. I'm just going to turn that off. We're going to let that sit. We're going to let this all rest for probably about 5 minutes. I'll let the carrots kind of finish cooking and simmer down. The pasta will thicken up here, so it'll get nice and thick. And then our chicken will rest and be nice and juicy. So I'm going to put it with the other ones. So here's our 2 plates. Looks pretty good, huh? Oh boy. Alright, so we're going to let this sit, and then I'll bring it back and we'll give it a try. Hey everybody, unfortunately I was not able to film the actual consuming of dinner, but that chicken was absolutely delicious. The kids ate it all, and the carrots were really good as well. I was a little apprehensive about them because I haven't cooked them on the stove in a while, but they turned out great. They were very sweet. They had a little crunch to them. You could totally cook them longer if you wanted. I could see adding some cinnamon to that. That would have been, ooh, I should have done that. That would have been good. What are some of your favorite ways to cook carrots? Because that's definitely something that's cheap that can go a long way. And then the pasta was delicious. It did have a little curtilage, and I think that's just because I used 2% milk. When you use lower fat milk, it can curdle more. So it's still good, still delicious. It turned out great. Everybody was really happy. Well, guys, thanks for coming along and checking out the 3 meals that I made from my food bank items. Once again, if you're struggling with food, please consider going to your local food bank. That is what it is there for. No shame, no game. Go get you some food. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time on Mama Bear's.